Hey BC, Big 7000 with the weekly installment of Revolutions number here, and I have 20 records that I've been playing this week, so if you have nothing to do for 15-20 minutes, then hang around with me, and I'll be talking about some vinyl records and hopefully inspire you to play something in your collection, which is, probably the whole point of doing these videos. So let's get to it, alright? So it's Friday night here in Melbourne, and I'm having a glass of red to wind down the week that's been. And I have about, as I said, 20 LPs. They're not organized in any way, shape or form. They're just I pull them out of my stack, and you can enjoy them that way. Alright, what did I play in the last week or 2 weeks? This Wilco Yankee Hotel Foxtrot, which is Wilco's arguably finest moment. One of my two favorite records by Wilco, with A Ghost Is Born. This was released originally in 2002 on the label Nonsuch. Very interesting story behind this record, which was that the original label, I think it was Warner, or I don't know, whoever, Reprise, or I can't remember which label it was, originally rejected the album, saying it wasn't good. The Fools, Jeff Tweedy's finest hour, Yankee Hotel Foxtrot. In fact, it's this is in the, you can see the documentary I'm Trying to Break Your Heart, which is the title of the first song. Wilco, obviously it's old country, or I don't know, it's just indie music to me. Last weekend I was really digging this record. This is Magna Carta, Lord of the Ages, with its fantastic Roger Dean sleeve. Magna Carta are an English sort of progressive folk band. I would call them progressive folk, on the Vertigo label, obviously. It's wonderful record, brilliant. Really, pastoral and English, very English sounding, but also really, progressive. Sort of builds up into the songs, just as you'd expect on a progressive record, led by Chris Simpson on vocals and guitar. And this is from 1975, this album, Lord of the Ages, Magna Carta, brilliant. And also the same day, on Saturday, I pulled out this record by the Los Angeles band Love, Arthur Lee and Love. This is a pretty obscure addition in the in the Love catalog. It's called Out There, like that, and it was originally issued on the Harvest, custom label. This is an original pressing which I found in my local thrift for $1. Would you believe? It's from 1970, I think, or 71 or 70, on Blue Thumb. And Blue Thumb Harvest. This is the UK press. Blue Thumb, you can see it's there. This is a great record by Love. Very sort of unsung kind of Arthur Lee, obviously. Very progressive and psychedelic. And there is a monster drum break on this. If you're into sampling, there's a fantastic drum break. He's a fantastic. I know I say that a lot, but the records I keep in my collection are all fantastic. I mean, that's why I keep them. That's why I have them. and this one is absolutely fabulous record. Extrapolation by the great British guitar player John McLaughlin, sideman of Miles Davis on Bitches Brew and lots of other records. This is a stunning British jazz record with John Sermon killing it on sax. Chamsan, if you're watching, I know you love this record too. We've had talks about this. Fantastic record, 1972 on Polydor Records. Amazing. Great record. On a totally different vibe, here's an absolute essential sort of, what would you call it? Kind of UK early indie records. Prefab Spread with Steve McQueen. This is from 1985. So sort of pre-Smiths, kind of post new wave, pre-Smiths kind of record. It's stuck in between there. To me, it's like a proto indie alternative rock record. Really, it's such a good record. I remember buying this for $2 in my local record store when you could buy records that is for $2. Awesome records. Just check out Farron Young and Hallelujah. And, this is a gorgeous record. Prefab Sprout, Steve McQueen. Iconic classic record. Another iconic classic British record, one of my favourite of all times. I would play this record probably once a week, I would say, and I still love it. Dummy by Portishead, the band from Portishead. Just a gorgeous piece of music from start to finish. I mean, they call it trip hop. I'd rather call it sort of modern soul music, because that's what it is, soul, and mixed with soundtrack and jazz, you know. Brilliant. 1994. Here is my favorite soundtrack, or just about. Just played it a couple of days ago. It's Diva, which is a French movie from the 80s, 1981, about an opera singer, a black opera singer. The story is more complicated. The film is brilliant. The soundtrack is a mix of opera, modern classical music, and also sort of experimental music. And it works perfectly. Like, I find this record everywhere in Melbourne for $5, and it's just the cheapest quality record you can buy, you know, anywhere. Absolutely brilliant. Music by Vladimir Kozma, who is, you know, a well-known soundtrack composer in France. Here's another 80s classic. I was talking about Prefab Spread before. This is a Canadian band, which just this record is just brilliant. Smoking record, Cowboy Junkies, with the Trinity Session. Called the Trinity Session because it was recorded in the Trinity Church in Toronto, I believe, and it's all captured live with one microphone. Church, and they just put one mic in the middle, and it just played. My word, this is just stunning. I would call this ambient country folk. It's brilliant, absolutely brilliant. It's got a great cover of Sweet Jane by the Velvet Underground on it. And since I'm talking about a live album, I've showed this in my recent vinyl finds, but this is worth showing 50 billion times. I've been playing this to death. Bill Withers at Carnegie Hall. I'm not going to talk about it too much because I indeed showed it in my recent vinyl find. If you don't have this record, I haven't heard it, you know, you should, because it's absolutely essential. I don't know why I'm totally besotted with this record here at the moment. I don't know, I just can't get enough of it. It's just quite bizarre. but Asia by Steely Dan it's become one of my new favorite records, one of my go-to records. What a brilliant piece of music, Asia. What a brilliant sleeve. You know, don't believe what people tell you about Steely Dan if you have some kind of prejudice against this band. This is just a masterful record. With Bernard Purdy and Wayne Shorter, a lot of really great, Larry Carlton. Tonight, just before making this video, I pulled out my Only Meters record. I've only got this by the Meters. I'm not the greatest Meters fan. They tend to sound a little bit repetitive at times. I bought this years and years ago, probably. I'm thinking 2004 or something, and I've had it in my collection since, but I rarely play it. So this is a compilation that was put out by Get Back, Italian label, in 2001. This Party with the Meters, and I really enjoyed it tonight. I really enjoyed it. The Meters, if you don't know, if you're not familiar, are a band from New Orleans, I think, funk band. Very catchy stuff, but not very often played. It is a great singer-songwriter LP by sadly departed and hugely talented American lady. It's New York Tenderberry by Laura Nero, which is, I'm just trying to turn the lamp the other way. Maybe it'll make a difference. I don't know if it will. Absolutely brilliant record. Just a lovely. This is a original UK, I think, press on CBS. She was just fantastic. Piano based music. Last week in my recent vinyl finds, I showed you this, which I've been playing a lot. Let Love In by Nick Cave and The Bad Seeds. I don't think I won't talk about this very much. It's just a superb record, well known by members of the VCs. People who like music. Here's a couple of similar sounding records that I played this week and enjoyed both of them greatly. This is, both of them are kind of sort of modern classical vein. Here is a Winged Victory for the Sullen, which is a self-titled record from 2011. There's two guys, and basically it's just neo-modern classical music as you would expect it to sound, really sparse and melodic and beautiful. This is on erased tapes, along with this amazing new release by Numero Group, which is Jordan de la Sierra, Gymnospheres, which I highly recommend anyone who claims to like music. If you like Keith Jarrett, imagine Keith Jarrett with reverb. You'd be surprised to see that I played this record twice last week. I don't think I need to talk about Off the Wall very much, but I love this record. It's superb. A few more. Is three great jazz rock records. This is brilliant, and this is Nucleus Elastic Rock with the Cara there in the middle. You can just about see me. Amazing British jazz rock from the early 70s, 1972, fronted by Ian Carr, essential stuff. Like, if you're into Canterbury prog and British jazz, you know, this is just essential. As is this record by the Kurt Kress Clan, German jazz fusion band, featuring Volker Kriegel on guitar. Pretty amazing record. Very full-on 1975 on Atlantic And on the same vein, I also played Passport, Klaus Doldinger. A very, very cool band, and I think their best record. Super, super cool jazz fusion from Germany. He was an Australian band from the late 70s, early 80s, Flash and the Pan. Known because the song Walk in the Rain was covered by Grace Jones. This is a great record, very inventive. Sound a bit like 10cc in parts, but with a much sort of tighter production, I think. These two guys were in the Easy Beats, Flash in the Pan. Harry Vanda and George Young. George Young is the brother of Angus Young from AC/DC. This is a record I don't pull out very often, but it's a cool record. Walk in the Rain. Check out Walk in the Rain by Flash in the Pan, 1979. And the last two records, this one I showed in my recent vinyl finds. I've been playing this quite a bit. Ndiko Shaba and the Natives on Matsuli Music. South African spiritual jazz of the highest order. And finally, this is my last record, Burning by the Wellers, Bob Marley and the Wellers. Close to his best record. I think Catch a Fire is better, but this comes very, very close. With one of my favorites, Burning and Looting. So VC, that's my contribution for this week. I hope you dig. I hope that you're well and that you can be bothered watching this and leave me some comments. Until next week, VC.